Good evening, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope you're doing right, 'cause it's time for the 48-hour analysis. Basically, in this video, I'm going to look at all the skins of the current Rust store, make comparisons to previous Rust store skins, to get a good idea in regards to, well, how much these skins likely to sell by next Thursday, and then knowing that, we'll then question, are these skins still holding up to being perfectly fine investments, or are there any potential problems that you need to be aware of? So sit back, relax, I'm going to start yapping. Right, so let's get started with the first 24 hours of sales, and just first quick glance, it wasn't looking to be very busy. No, like, this is a very tame week. The top selling skin was the Sloth Rock with 6,300 subscribers. Well, okay then, I guess maybe people just weren't super enthusiastic about these skins. And feel free to comment below, what are your thoughts in regards to this week's Rust store? Anyway, we still have to try and figure out how much these are likely to sell by next week, but I gave a very rough estimate in the tweet that I put this out. I looked at it and I really didn't think we were going to see a single skin go over 15,000 subscribers. Now, at the end of the day, yeah, that's mostly, most likely associated with maybe a sheer lack of interest. But if we do, see certain collection continuations in the future, these skins could easily rise up in price. So don't assume, oh, there's nothing there to be gained. No. Oh no, especially the clothing and armour, there's definitely a lot to be gained if we do see those continuations. So, alright, fair enough. Shall we go hop over to here and take a look at the current Rust store? Now, just to point out, I am recording this a little bit later. I had to go look at a lot of fridges. You'll find out about that in the future, don't you worry. So, yeah, the sales that you see here are a little bit off based on the time because it's a couple hours later after 48 hours. However, still not that much has changed. The sales are very, very tame. Yeah. And, well, we better go ahead and try and figure out how much each of these are going to sell by next Thursday. Let's get started with the Sloth Rock. So, okay, I've seen the skin creators on Twitter are already intending to make a sheepman a door, so that's very cool. But that Sloth Rock, I kind of made the little assumption that maybe it just probably wouldn't sell that much, especially compared to the Baby Hippo Rock, which did just over 18,000 subscribers. But honestly, it really does look like that is going to be the case. It really is. So, okay. Why don't we go ahead, do the comparisons, figure this out. So 6,300 subscribers. Is there anything I can do to compare to the previous Rust stores? And I'm looking around. I'm trying to see what I could probably pair up to. I could look at the Soulmate AK47. Is there anything else that I could probably compare to? Well, we do have the medieval sword. Remember, it has that spelling mistake, which did 6,300 subscribers as well. So you know what? I'll look at both of them. So back over to here. Let's go give that a good look. So with the previous Rust store, what did we see? Not that one. I meant this one. Sorry about that. We saw the Soulmate AK47 reached up to 14,000 subscribers. And for the primitive update, we also have the medieval sword doing just over 12,000 subscribers. Okay, So both of them did not look like they were to potentially reach up to 15,000. But you never know. At the end of the day, after we've done the abnormal barters, there might be a lot of people feeling reinvigorated and motivated to want to jump in. Because that Sloth Rock, it's a cute animal, and cute animal rocks do tend to work out a fair bit better. I think I'll do between 12 to 15,000 for the estimated total amount of subscribers by the end of the week. So, okay. Still, that's like not that much, is it? No. Alright? So, you are looking quite appealing. I am expecting collection continuations fairly soon. We'll keep an eye on that, and don't forget, this Sloth Rock is abnormal, and if you don't fully understand what abnormals are, well, we better go over to my YouTube very quickly. We better go ahead and take a look at the most recent Abnormal Barders video. For what we have right here is a great example just to understand how this usually works. Abnormals are skins that will become marketable before the Rust store has even rotated. To truly get it, consider watching this video, watch the first 5 minutes, scroll down to the Barders chapter, watch that for a fair bit, and you will get the general gist. With these skins becoming marketable before the Rust store has even rotated, we can do Barders early, get an early look to see how much support each skin has with the Barders that you have and how high the price goes up, and we'll get a good idea if it's actually going to do a good job of actually maintaining its price, actually keeping the value. Does that sound alright? So let's say if we had a $2 skin, and as Barders gone up to all the way up to like $1.80, yeah, that looks like it's actually going to maintain its price. It's actually going to retain value. Whereas a skin that sells at $2, but Barders only go up to $1, well, looks like it's going to go all the way down to $1 because there's not that much interest. There's not that much support. Sounds good? So yeah, give that a good watch. It will be insightful. Right, let's go back over to here then and look at that garage door and figure out how much that's likely going to sell by next Thursday. So, first ever skin for the skin creator, 5,600 subscribers almost. Let's go back and take a look. Well, we do have the medieval hammer here with 5,500 subscribers. And I guess you could also look at the lovely balloon cart which has 5,600. You know, that's also another deplorable as well. So, all right then, we've got some good comparisons. Let's go over to here. Well, at the moment, you've got 8,400 subscribers. But if we go back to the previous week, that medieval hammer reached almost 13,000 subscribers. And then we have the Valentine's lovely balloon cart. That fridge only did just over 11,000 subscribers. So I think I'm going to generalize it a bit. I think I'll do between 11 to 14,000 subscribers. I can't help but assume that Garage Door might just get a little bit more towards the end. But then again, you do have to take into consideration the next Rust Store is expected to be an early one because we have the March Force Wipe update, don't we? Oh, yeah, I didn't even consider that until now. Well, I'll still do 11 to 14,000 with the estimate. Anyway, that Garage Door with that amount of sales, that will be the lowest selling Garage Door in quite a long time. If we could just do a quick comparison. Well then, has anything sold less than that in recent times? Well, no. I think you've got to go all the way back to about the Greening area Garage Door, which is a good few months back. So, okay. Still down in price, by the way. And all of these, not looking super good as of now. So, yeah. All right, then. It's abnormal as well. We should probably just wait until Wednesday and make considerations then. But yeah, the estimate is 11 to 14,000 subscribers. Let's now go ahead and talk about the Fallen Tier 2. Alright, so back over to here. Let's do those comparisons. 4,900 for the kilt, 4,900 for the vest, and 4,850 for the helmet. Now, you know what? I think just literally going back to the previous week, looking at Ultramarine hoodie and pants probably is a good shout. Now, you could probably go a little bit further back and look at the Tier 2 as well, but the sales were very similar for both of those Ultramarine pieces. So let's just go back over to here, look at the previous week, and then go a bit further back with the Tier 2. So that almost did 12,000 subscribers. And if we could just go back a little bit further here, the Tier 2, well, that went up to 13,000 and just over 12,000. So you know what? Maybe I'll sit here and say 11 to 13,000 subscribers for the Fallen Tier 2. And I've got to sit here and say that really isn't that much. And I am fully well aware we have hoodie and pants in the workshop. So just to remind all of you, it's literally right there. Robstar, we'll see what he does next. But I think he might take a bit of a break from making Tier 3. Let's see if that potentially gets accepted within the next 2 or 3 weeks. And then we'll probably see the Tier 3 being produced. Or boots and gloves. Or maybe another weapon skin. Because don't forget, the Fallen collection actually started off as a sword. Maybe we'll see the return of the crossbow. That might be pretty interesting. That might be pretty cool. But yeah, that is really not that much. So all the better for it to rise up in price if we potentially see new core pieces. And that, of course, being hoodie and pants or Tier 3. So looking promising. Let's now talk about the large box. So hopping back over to here, let's go ahead and try and get a good estimate with this. 4,700 subscribers. All right then, so what compares nicely to that? I'm trying to figure that out. I could probably just sit there and say similar to what we saw with the Ultramarine clothing, and I think I might do that. I'm just seeing if there's anything else that can compare nicely. But yeah, the sales this week. I don't think there's anything that really compares nicely, because you got to keep looking around. You've got to see what was actually out fairly recently. We do have that Chinese Lantern double barrel shotgun. Okay, I mean, we can go give that a good look right about now. Right, so let's hop out of here. Let's go see how that held up, or rather how much it sold. And I'm looking, and the double barrel shotgun reached just barely over 10,000 subscribers. Oof. All right then. So what else did we see just a second ago? I was looking at the large small box, and that did about 10,500 subscribers. So I think we could just probably guess between 10 to 11,000 subscribers. That's fine. Yeah, all right then. It's not that much. But for that large box, if we were to just take a real quick comparison to like last year, where we got a lot of large boxes, we did see a few of them sell not too much, but most of them did sell usually around like 15,000 subscribers. The Christmas one there only did 11,000, and then wasn't there what was it? There you go, the Chalk Menace. No, you still did 16,000. Huh. Oh, it was Clan Base. You did under 10,000. Anyway, most of them did do a fair bit. Oh, we got Rainjoy there. Actually, maybe not that many of them actually sold too ridiculously. Oh, there you go. Oasis large box. Only did 6,000 subscribers, still down by 40%. Okay, well, remember to, just remember this. Just because it doesn't sell that much doesn't always mean it's going to end up being nice and valuable, So you've been warned, just in case. Okay. So yeah, 10 to 11,000 subscribers here. And, well, I mean, this isn't too far off, but looking back over to here, I mean, I think we could probably generalize and also add in the Barbarian hoodie and pants for 10 to 11,000 subscribers. I think that would be perfectly fine. Now, with the Barbarian Clothing, we are aware that Tier 3 was made somewhat recently, and the skin creators, not sure if they're going to immediately jump in and do boots and gloves or, Tier 2, but I wouldn't be surprised. It's definitely something I would expect eventually. These guys have done it multiple times. They've had several collections being accepted. So yeah, Mr. Multi-Art Hair Boris, it's up to you. But we do know at the very least a collection continuation is already prime and ready. Okay, cool. So with 10 to 11,000 subscribers, that's nothing. And it certainly is not going to compare well with the jacket. Now, that's not bad for the clothing, it's bad for the jacket. The jacket has 25,000 subscribers. There's too many of them to go around in comparison to the clothing. So if you happen to own one of those, probably isn't too bad of an idea to consider selling it. However, the design does look good, but again, there's so many of these in comparison to these. And if the Tier 2 and the Tier 3 and the boots and gloves, if they do ever appear and they sell similar amounts to this, that very likely be going down in price due to the fact there's just too many of them. All right, well, understood then. Let's now hop back over to here and take a look at what can be for the SAR. So I'm looking at the SAR there, 3,600 subscribers. And again, we've got to go pretty far back just to find something that can compare with that. But I think if I just go all the way over to here, there we go. No, I thought I had something. Apparently not. Well, you could look at, I think it was this one. Yeah, the second week. Yeah, we've got Lunar Snake Helix Rapier, and then we also have the Lunar Snake SMG. That has about 3,800. This has 3,700. Okay, yep, we'll go over to here and take a look. So, looking at the second week of Lunar New Year, how much do they reach up to? Only 8,000, well, almost 9,000. So that SAR probably is only going to do between 8 to 9,000 subscribers. I mean, we've seen plenty of weapon skins in the past not really sell too much, and they still went down in price. We just saw it a minute ago with that Oasis large box as well. So, again, a sheer lack of sales can always be associated with a sheer lack of interest. Sorry to say, but yeah. So, alright then, let's see if the skin creator, Mr. Shino, produces more skins for this collection, where we get a pretty cool looking Odyssey weapon set, like an AK and a Thompson and an L96 and etc, etc. We shall see. Well then, let's now talk about the Elysium AK47, selling at a premium $5 price, but it's not really selling that much whatsoever. So back over to here, I'm looking at the AK, and that only did 3,200 subscribers after the first 24 hours of sales. Yeah, okay, well there you go. Well, what can we compare to? Well, I think we might want to go back to the second week of Lunar New Year because they had some very low sales. And, I mean, you probably could look at the hoodie and pants here, which had just about 3,300 subscribers, 3,400 subscribers. Okay, well, all right, let's go back over to here, looking at the second week of Lunar New Year. Now, the AK, it's nice, it's golden, it's got a very nice design to it, but it's that price. I think people just aren't that bothered, considering recently we just had all those Twitch drops, so many AKs in other Rust stores, and the special medieval AK. Looking at here, these only reached about 8,000 subscribers. So 7 to 8,000 subscribers for that AK47. And like, I was fully in the belief that we would see like a proper collection being built out of this. Elysium, L96, Thompson. I mean, just had loads of weapons earlier, didn't I? But it looks nice. I'm surprised. But then again, maybe it's just the timing. But if we do keep seeing more and more Elysium skins and weapons, and probably even clothing and armor and deplorables in the future, what do you reckon's going to happen to that AK with a sheer lack of sales in total? Well, things might be pretty interesting for it. So maybe this upcoming Wednesday we make a consideration, because that is abnormal. But that is looking interesting. That is looking like a proper appetizing, potentially nice investment. But again, it doesn't always mean it's going to definitely work out. A sheer lack of sales at the end of the day usually also means a sheer lack of interest. But interest can be gained with more skins in a proposed collection. Just saying. So, something for you to consider. Right, let's now talk about the Phantom backpack. Now, just to reiterate, this is part of a well-established collection that's already got many skins accepted. Of course, including the clothing and the armor. Everything's there, basically. So, all right, then. It's not selling that much, and I kind of did expect that because, we've kind of noticed that recently backpacks are selling less and less. Last week, the Night Backpack, that ended up being the lowest selling backpack in the game. But, you know, with how this is currently progressing, looking back over to here, with the first 24 hours of sales last week, that backpack did over 4,000 subscribers. With this backpack right here, 2,800. Yep. So, yeah, that's happening. I think this might end up being the next lowest selling backpack. And if we get another one next week, what do you reckon might happen? Anyway, is there anything we can compare to? Because I might have a bit of a problem here. I think we're going a little bit too low. I looked at this earlier. 2,799 for that chomped crossbow. This was the third rust orange. Okay, January. So let's just quickly go back over to here. And what was that? January. Yep. So I scroll down, I look at that, and that only did 6,700 subscribers. So for the Phantom Backpack, I'm expecting between 6,000 to 7,000 subscribers. That will become the new lowest selling backpack we've ever had in Rust. Well then, you never know. Maybe we might see some more. Sorry about that. We might see some more Phantom skins potentially being produced and accepted. Maybe that could give it a bit of a boost. But yeah, that is like next to nothing. Well, just to reiterate, Phantom Collection is already kind of pricey. It came out a good few years ago, so it's not like there's an abundance of these and available and whatnot. In fact, when the Tier 3 was accepted, which was quite a fair bit later on, the amount of sales this did in comparison to the hoodie and pants and the Tier 2 was a little bit too much. And as you can see, they aren't doing a very good job maintaining their price, because there's far too many of these in comparison to these and these. Alright then, well, I don't know, maybe a jacket or something, that'd be pretty cool, but we've got to wait and see what happens next. Maybe Shedmon, the skin creator, just doesn't feel the need to make any more Phantom skins. Alright then, well, we'll leave it at that. That's an incredibly low number, but then we have something even lower. Right now, this double barrel shotgun only has about 3,000 subscribers, 2 days in. So if we go back to the first 24 hours of sales, what do we see? Well, that only did 1,927 subscribers. And I am sorry to say, but I don't have anything that goes as low as that to compare to. Yep. So, what would we guess just by looking at it right now, I guess you could say? Well, to be honest with you, I think maybe I'll just look at it and say it'll probably do between... I think this is actually only going to barely do between 4,000 to 5,000 subscribers. I think it is going to be a little bit less than what this is going to reach up to. But yeah, that is nothing. That has no interest. Yeah, I know he has the very, cute, silly eyes here and whatnot. But we did discuss this. Double barrel shotgun skins just don't seem to be that in demand. Even when they're part of notable collections, it's a bit of a struggle. Only, the blackout double barrel shotgun right there, that's doing all right. But then again, I do remember Bamboo Blaster. That's doing pretty good at the moment, and it only had 4,500 subscribers. But if you actually go ahead and look at it on the Steam market, see what its recent sales are like, I mean, it doesn't sell that much. Yeah, so just because it appears to be doing good in comparison to the price it's sold for, it's not exactly like a super in-demand skin. So don't end up buying 50 of these just because, and then struggle to sell at least 1 or 2 a day. It probably isn't worth it. But yeah, that I'm guessing is going to do between 4,000 to 5,000 subscribers. So yeah, as I said, overall, it's looking to be a pretty tame week. And I really don't think we'll see any of these skins actually reach over 15,000 subscribers. I would be pleasantly surprised. But as I said, potential collection continuations in the future could easily change things and cause everybody to potentially want to actually use these, buy these and want them. And if there's only so many to go around, all the better for them to rise up in price. We've been over this many times in the past, so okay, fair enough. So with that, shall we now talk about some other things? So the recent player count for February, that has concluded, and it's done an incredibly wonderful job. As you can see right here, it reached up to 121,500 average player count. What? I honestly thought it would drop off and, well, be much lower. I honestly thought this was going to end up around maybe just about 100,000, but no, it held up strong and it worked out very, very nicely. So yeah, the primitive game mode release probably gave it a good boost, so alright, maybe it will go down pretty badly in March. But with March, we're expecting potentially for the March 4 swipe update next Thursday, it very likely will have the cooking update, this brand new proposed crafting update. I'm talking about all these bees, the pies, the changes to food to make it rot, the fact that you now need fridges and whatnot. It looks like a lot of curious people will be jumping in for that as well. And if that's the case, do you reckon it's going to go down that much more? Maybe it might not even go down. Maybe it'll go up. So yeah, I was fully expecting that around the springtime, typically around Easter, so that's usually March and April, would see a new low point in terms of player count and in terms of, rust skin prices. I kind of don't think that's happening now. And I kind of think we've probably already reached a low point for prices. So we can see how this plays out. I will say this at the very least. I don't really expect prices to improve that much. If they were, it'll probably be a nice slow rise. We're not going to see anything significant until maybe around the summertime. So if you're still waiting to make a consideration, if you actually want to jump in and buy into a Whiteout collection or a Forest Raiders collection, for yourself as a nice little treat, maybe you're just better off just like buying it now. Maybe it's a just in case sort of situation, because I would never have guessed that we'd have player counts like this. If you told me this was going to happen 6 months ago, I'd have laughed. But here we are. It's happening. And we've got more content on the horizon. And it looks like the jungle update is now being focused from here on now. And as I've said, I really wouldn't be surprised if that potentially leads to the new all-time high peak player count for then, when that appears. So, I guess that jungle update really is going to happen in summertime, and that's what I'm very much looking forward to. So, if it doesn't look like it's going down that much lower now with these skin prices in general, maybe you might want to consider buying now before it goes up in value quite nicely once we have the release of the jungle update, when we have potentially even more people playing. Because it's been really, really, really good. There's not much else I can sit there and say about. So, all right, cool, fair enough. And don't forget, keep an eye on the commits, because, of course, lots of interesting things potentially still yet to be mentioned. But yeah, the premium servers, that's also expected to release with the March Force wipe. All right then. So okay then. What about if we were to go ahead and just quickly take a look at the previous week's skins? So let's just look back at February, see how everything's been, and yeah, quite a lot of them did go down in price. Oh dear, oh dear. So the AK, you went down by a third. All right, fair enough. Not too surprised by that. That very likely will be its lowest point from here and now. As you can see, $2.16. And if we actually look at the amount of listings there are, I mean, you got 1, 13, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. I mean, what, like 20 sales and it's back up to its rush store price? That's fine. I'm not too fussed about that. It's basically matched up to what we're expecting with the buy orders. So, all right, can't complain. Siege Garage Door. Oh dear, you were a very cool looking garage door, weren't you? But look at the state of you now. You're half in price and worse. And then we got the sleeping bag here. I almost said backpack. Night sleeping bag down to $1.20. Oof. Got the head wrap there, the fry head wrap, the silly hairdo, down by a third. I mean, the tier 3. We did expect that to happen. I was not expecting a blacksmith continuation. And yeah, that's gone down pretty bad. Oh dear. Down to 70 cents, 72 cents and 84 cents after selling at $2 each. Ooh. Yeah, so, I mean, I am a bit surprised with the crossbow, the bow, and the sword. Yeah, they're down in price, but they're not down to like 60 cents to 80 cents. The crossbow is $1.40, the hunting bow is $1.40, and the medieval sword's $1.40. Still went down in price, but it didn't go dramatically down. So I should ask you, with the primitive game mode, have you been enjoying it, or is it just not that fun? Feel free to offer your opinion. I'd love to read about it. Anyway, with the Valentine skins, as we can see over to here, well, they've all gone down in price except the fridge, and I'm not too surprised by that. And as I alluded to at the very beginning of this video, I've been looking at a lot of fridges recently, and let's just say I've made a video showcasing every single fridge. Ooh. So this right here, if you aren't fully aware, every single fridge has been bought out, like pretty much every single marketable fridge. All the quantities just been cleaned out. Everybody is anticipating that the value of them are going to go up ever so nicely, because fridges are going to become a necessity. No longer are they a roleplay item. You're going to quite literally need them in your base to keep food nice and fresh, and then with that food you can cook lovely meals. And when the March update comes out, potentially with the cooking update, can't help to assume a lot of people are going to be wanting to make all the brand new pies to test that out and see how useful that is. It could be a brand new meta, cooking. So yeah, overall, I mean, the furnace is only down by 17%, the carpet's only down by 5%. They're down in price, but they're not dramatically down in price. So don't assume the worst. I mean, you can with that one. That one from $3 to 99¢. Woof. Oh dear. Really? Really? Look at you. Oh, wow. I mean, it's not too surprising, but oof. All right, anyway, so that happened. Then we can take a look at the last week's skins, and, well, you know, currently, as of now, they're holding up. That's looking pretty good. But is that going to last? Look at it again in about 2 weeks' time. Maybe it'll probably still go down in price. Okay, so, yep, that's basically a wrap of this video. It was pretty straightforward, but, yeah, I mean, I basically gave you the general gist at the very beginning. These skins really do not look like they're going to be selling that much, and after, you know, a bit of comparison and whatnot, yeah, that does appear to be the case. So, yeah, sorry if my voice sounds a bit funny. I've been recording for quite a while, so not just for this, just to point out. All right, then. So, thank you very much for watching the video. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you all have a splendid weekend and have a lovely new week next week. Let's enjoy the brand new update for whatever is added with it. I will sit here and say I would expect an early roster rotation. Catch you later. See you, goodbye.